Well, Karim Safieddine is a PhD student at the University of Pittsburgh and joins us live now from Boston. First of all, thank you very much, Karim, for your time and for speaking to us. Can you tell us more about your involvement in these protests?
So I'm a PhD student at the University of Pittsburgh, and obviously I've been observing and taking part in, the encampment that took place in the past week or so. And really what we're seeing for many students is bringing the U.S. domestic sphere into the global sphere by questioning U.S. foreign policy and by questioning the investments of their universities. So what we are seeing is a Palestine movement turning into an American student movement that is concerned with the role of U.S. foreign policy in the globe today.
And can you just remind us where was your encampment and what happened to yours? Talk us through your demonstration, please.
So if we look at the encampment that took place in the University of Pittsburgh, we noticed that it lasted for quite a while, almost a week or so. And at the end of the day, as further threats by the authorities, by the administration kept encroaching, students made a human chain, and that human chain was meant to protect the encampment. And of course, a political discourse concerned with the democratization of the campus was also put forth by students when they were saying that they had the right to demonstrate, and they had the right to actually put forth these ideas, and they had the right to actually call for a referendum for the university to divest. This, of course, was resisted by the authorities, and several arrests took place on the ground.
And how heavy-handed were the police in their crackdown on your encampment, on your protests?
The police made sure that the encampment not last. It made sure that the encampment not expand. And of course, it was a lesson and a message to protesters that the city and the university will not tolerate any type of encroachment by students to, say their message and to actually put forth an actual discussion about the role of the university. We're talking about universities with hundreds of millions of dollars in endowments, in military, in investments, in state-led financing, something that is quite dangerous and that students actually feel that they should be entitled to know about. That's why it's disclosed and then divest. The police and the authorities made sure to crack down on these voices because they fear the actual consciousness being created by students on that level, and that students were not as concerned about their safety as they were concerned about really being part of the political sphere in the country today.
Well, on that, Karim, and you did mention that there was some arrests at the University of Pittsburgh. Were you not fearful that you could yourself be arrested? And do you not fear for the future, your future, and how that might be impacted? Or is this cause worthy enough to you?
At this stage, we're all human beings. We all fear for our futures. We all fear for our capacity to evolve and be better in society. But the question is, what is the society we will live under? Is it a society that is going to be run by state machinery that is conducting this genocide and threatening to expand it in Rafah? Or is it a future that is supposed to be a free future, a democratic one for all peoples? And I think that is the question that students actually truly indulge in today. What is the future that we see ourselves in? And if it's the future that we see being run by the Americans, by the Israelis, and by other state actors indulging in these policies, then of course that is not a future to live under.
Well, Karim, thank you very much for your time. Karim Safieddine speaking to us live there from Boston.